No, I'm not in suit. Don't click away. We're going to be talking about a fursuit maker who had sexual relations with their dog. Actually, we're going to quickly go over it. So, what I would like you to do though, before watching this video, is I'll link it down below. But Wildlife, Alison, I think her name is, I believe. I'll double check that right now. I'm not even going to have any edits in this. I'm going to go for a one shot. Let's do this. Yeah, Alison. So I'll put down below the context of what's happened prior. And I highly advise you to Google search this and stuff. Do all the research you can before coming here to watch this video. Or just listen to it as a podcast because you're like, I want to hear furry drama because that's fun. And it always is fun. Furry drama is always fun because it's pathetic. Alright, let's get fucking right into it. So, Alison Reese of Wildlife Fursuit Productions, their fursuits are quite good. They all look the fucking same. But they do, look good. That design was good that one time, and they've got rinsed and repeated for the last fucking 5 to 10 years. So essentially, they put up a bit of context of why they did this sexual relations with their dog thing. I'll sum it up for you. Woe is me. Hey guys, isn't cancel culture bad? And hey guys, isn't call out culture bad? Which I think are the same thing anyway, more or less. That's basically it. That's pretty much it. You would expect her to write sort of something like, I know I fucked up all those years ago, but I have changed, and in the future I only seek to change even more, man. I was a terrible person back then. That is a person I remember solely so I can improve myself. Just that. I'm sorry for what I did. I need to improve myself. That's a side of me I want to leave in the past, but it is one I will continue to remember existed. There, the whole, you got to remember the history so you dare not repeat it meme, right? And I also, okay, so this is, it's a lot to unpack, but I do, so the way she went about it was terrible. She brought it up because someone named Furry Call Out or something like that brought it up, and here's the context of what they brought up 12 years later. That's one of the biggest problems I have with this, is it's 12 years later, Alison, and now you're giving context. Oh, good, I was worried you were going to be like Duke Nukem Forever in like how long you'll actually fucking say something or whatever. It was a terrible fucking joke. What the fuck is wrong with me? But you know what I mean, like Jesus Christ, I was expecting Half-Life 3 to come out before she would say anything about it. But she has. Yay, at least she did that in the worst way possible. A lot of it is what I believe is called accounting. I've got it written here. Is where you essentially blame something else for something you fucking did. So let's say, for example, the Sandy Hook shooters, right? One of the claims was that they were bullied, and then they shot a bunch of people. Okay, seems to be pretty common in America. Or even better, let's go recent. The Christchurch shooter said these Muslims and stuff, they were invading, so he decided to even the playing field, so to speak, by, fucking shooting a good, 50 plus people, innocent people. Fucking, how fucking lovely is that? What a lovely human being. That's his accounting is, it's because of this thing, they're invading, and all this horse shit that he wrote in his little fucking mini novel he did was absolute bollocks. And that was his thing. He was not apologizing for it. He said, that's the reason I did it. Or here's the example. Hey, I know I ran over that kid, but hey, Jamie gave me a drink and some drugs, so I was completely fucked, and I ran over the kid. I mean, you gotta blame Jamie. It wasn't my fault. It was the alcohol, the pills, and Jamie. I don't know. What else did you want me to do? Not drive home? That's what you're saying. You're blaming your shitty partner and I think weed, to a point, to an extent that of why you did this shitty thing. Love, that's not a good excuse. I could pull a better excuse out of my fucking ass. What the fuck is that? I had a bad relationship. So you humped the dog? What the fuck? Excuse me. Why are humans like this? Why are people like this? Especially furries. And then she later says, and this is probably my favourite line from the whole thing, since then, so since, 12 years ago, I have done a lot of major self-therapy. A lot of major self-therapy sessions in the form of psychedelics and meditation to overcome the impulses of my paraphilia and orientation. First of all, paraphilia, that's the correct word for it. It's an odd sexual desire. That definition, absolutely, that's spot on. I don't see a problem with that word. Calling it orientation, though. I just want to quickly point out that Spaz Fox commented on this saying, oh, hey, I'm with you all the way type of meme. In fact, I'll read exactly what he wrote because I took a screenshot because I thought it was fucking hilarious. Spaz Fox writes, can't imagine how hard this was to write. Good on you. I wish you nothing but the best. Don't worry, Spaz Fox. I know where you're coming from. It must have been hard to write while you have fucking brain damage. But, good on you, wish nothing but the best. So anyway, back to what I was saying before. She then calls zoophilia, bestiality, whatever, an orientation. Strike number 17 by this point in the fucking context document. But also the fact she's major self-therapy. She didn't get proper therapy for the abuse and the sexual thing with the animal. No. She did self-therapy. In what way? Oh, with psychedelics and meditation. Fuck me, just say you're fucking jacking it to fucking pictures on the internet. That would have been a better response than this. What is this? Psychedelics. Okay, so you moved on from one bad illegal thing to psychedelics, another bad illegal thing. You've not so much improved as you have sidestepped from something else. Jesus Christ, you're making my brain damage comment sound very plausible. And meditation. Like, if you do meditation for shit, that's fine, it's probably a good thing, if you, have a shit day at work, you come home, you turn the lights off, you sort of sit there and go, you know what? I'm going to sit here, I'm going to play some chill tracks to, whatever the fucking meme is, chill tracks to study to. You're going to play some of that in the background, and you sort of sit there and close your eyes, and you're going to go, okay, I'm just going to think about it, and you're going to calm down. Yeah, fair enough. Absolutely, totally fair. But this is a bit more major than that. Self-therapy, you needed proper therapy. Meditation works to an extent, but something major like this, honey, no. You'd be doing the meditation after you'd received the proper therapy. Okay? And the psychedelics. What the fuck? So what, I'm going to go do some fucking crack or something like that, and I'm just going to be sitting there like, yeah, dude, I'm fucking meditating like oh shit right now, man. Yeah, nah. Like, it's like you're sitting there as you're writing this, you're sitting there smoking pot going, yeah, man, I was so sad. Abusive relationship, smoking weed. Worst weed back then, and I tried to fuck the dog. And then you gave the dog away because it was aggressive. No, it's because it felt dominant over you because it fucked you cunt, alright? That's how that works. It was dominant towards you. That's why it got aggressive, not because of this other cocksucker. I'm not saying the bloke in this relationship wasn't a dickhead. I'm sure he was. Most men are. I'm totally in agreement there. He was probably a massive cunt. I hope he gets hit by a truck. Fuck him. But the thing is, you're still bad in this situation. You're trying to sidestep around it. You didn't so much as admit to it or even really apologize for it, but sidestep and say, that was why I did it. That there's the reason. Wasn't all me. That was the reason, guys. No, not me. I'm all good. Trying to save your own ass, trying to save your business. Instead of just being an honest fucking human being, which a lot of popular furs aren't able to fucking do. Okay, so I've tore you apart enough. If you want more to laugh at, go read the document. Seriously, it's just a bunch of woe is me. Get the fuck over it. Get the fuck over yourself and actually, hold yourself accountable for once in your fucking life. So let's move on to the other group, and that's the people that have refused to move on. So don't worry, Alison, I'm not just going to tear you apart. I'm going to tear these people apart as well. If you want to know my actual, what I think in this situation, couldn't really give a shit. I was just about to play more Doom Eternal, but I thought, yeah, alright, I'll make a video on it. So all this anger that you're seeing, again, it's all just put to the extreme. Excuse me, I turned the dial to 11 just to amp up the entertainment value, which is, this is not very entertaining at all, but, you know, some people might make it this far. So again, I don't really give a shit either way. If you want to go off and fuck more dogs, more power to you. I couldn't give a rat's ass. Doesn't bother me. It's not my dog. Not in the same country. So I couldn't give a fuck. But I will have a say on it, because why the fuck not? Some people are like that. So the other group of people is those who want to seek revenge, who want to go at Allison, who want to go at KERO and this other business. Now, I learned a quote a couple of years ago when I was watching a video where he says a quote. I'm not sure where the quote came from, because there's a lot of people saying, hey, it was Confucius, it was this guy, and I'm not getting into it. It essentially goes, those who seek revenge should dig 2 graves. And that is very fucking true. If you go out of your way to seek revenge against something, you may as well dig 2 graves, because you're killing yourself in the process. Now, this doesn't necessarily need to mean actual death. It can mean a death of a part of yourself, of your person. That's the way I see it. I can get deep sometimes, right? And I'm not even high right now. I'm never fucking high. Man, drugs just do not do it for me. So those people, I've got to be honest, when's the time we move on? I understand with the whole growly thing, we sort of went, he's disgusting, whatever, keep him at arm's length, like you will with someone with COVID-19. Let's just move on, whatever, just, he's in whatever. And then he ended up going to prison again anyway for diddling up some kids. So that's where that went. So you may think, well, if we had involved ourselves even more, would this have happened? And look, it would have happened either way. That's the problem with someone like Rowley or some zoophilia, whatever, it doesn't matter. Whether they're in the fandom or they're not, they need that help. If they don't get that help, it will happen again. There is a high chance it will happen again. Whether they're furry, gamer, whatever, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If they're going to do it, they're going to do it. If someone's going to shoot up a classroom, they will do it unless they seek the proper help, or they get the proper help, or, you know, to interrupt that flow of anger and rage that they have in them, or, you know, sexual desires they have in them, okay? So, like with KERO, he's recently wrote a message saying he's possibly going to come back to YouTube, and everyone's like, no, boo, he can't come back, fuck him, and I'm just like, the police did a report. They investigated him. I spoke to KERO and he said, yes, the cops have come to the fucking house. They've investigated. They've done their business. And he's not in prison. He's not being told off. So I'm personally, again, I've always been the middle ground in this situation, because, again, I don't really give a fuck what happens. Not my dog, not my country. Couldn't give a rat's ass. And the fandom isn't something that I need to put my whole self into. I have an actual life outside of it. So the fandom isn't my world. So fuck it. Figuratively, not literally, come on now. And with the KERO situation, if he comes back, fine. I wholeheartedly welcome him. If he wants to come back, he can come back. If he fucks up again, oh yeah, you believe me, I will be on the fucking front line. If it does come out, they're like, okay, they found defining truth to this is it, he is done, he's going to prison, then yeah, you'll find me sitting in this same spot going, hey guys, turns out I was wrong, we shouldn't have accepted him. I'm going to try and find a rifle I can buy in Australia, I'm going to visit America and blow his fucking brains out. No, I won't, that's a bit extreme. But, you know, if you get what I mean. If it turns out he is bad, then yeah, you'll find me sitting right here doing a big talk about it, and yeah, I will, you know, do what I've done to Allison, right? Tear him apart. But it's getting to that point where at least Allison's now been called out for enough times. She's now giving us context, as fucking terrible as that context is. Seriously, it's fucking bad. It's fucking bad. I can't get over how bad it is. Allison, change it. Do something else. Don't just, call outs. Oh, shut the fuck up. Just, you did something wrong, and people are going to call you out for it. If people might be calling you out for it in another 20 to 40 years. And that's where I also have a problem, is that people need to get to that point where it's like, okay, well, so long ago, it doesn't involve you. Who gives a fuck? Oh, it's in my fandom. The fandom isn't your whole world. And if it is, you have a fucking problem. Okay, so that's all I've got to say on this situation. Again, read the context thing. It's fucking hilarious, and it's terrible. I've got nothing more to say on that. If you're really seeking revenge on someone like Allison or KERO, whatever, maybe look inside yourself to think, is this really worth involving my anger and hate into? Is it worth the time and effort? In most cases, it's not. It's not worth getting all up in heat about. It will sort itself out from the correct people. Like, just everyone getting involved isn't going to do anything. Not exactly, anyway. If this problem will happen, it will happen again. Oh, but we want to protect the furry fandom from that situation. It's a fandom. This is not a living creature. It's a fandom. If that happens, it happens. Even if they left the fandom completely cut off and they did something bad, it will still come back to the fandom. It doesn't matter at that point. It will get involved somehow because you know how the haters work. They will involve the fandom in some way, shape, or form just because of the fun of it. And hey, let's blame furries because they were a furry fucking 70 fucking years ago. That's just how it is. Furries are fucked up. Furries are fucked up. Even if it's not fucking dogs, fucking kids, or doing other stupid shit like cover, which it's essentially like halfway child porn. Let's be fucking blunt. It will happen. The furry fandom is fucked up. It's just a fact we have to accept, and us as individuals to do our own thing and not give too much of a shit of something we're not involved in, nor matters much at all at this point in time. Especially after like fucking 12 years. Come on, guys, it's getting on a bit. Oh, well, at least she's admitted it now, and most of us know. But, you know, her purple circle of suit maker friends are still going to follow her and back her up. You know, her fursuit making friends, her little purple circle there, still supporting her and stuff, even through this, not even talking about the situation at all. Makes you think, doesn't it? Has anybody thought to look into these people's past, like Made For You or More For Less? Didn't More For Less get in trouble like a year or two ago about, I think it might have been last year, about drawing their dog in sexual fan art or something? And then, I don't know, food for thought. I'm not saying anything. I'm not making any allegations at all. Most of these people are probably clean as a whistle. They're furries, let's be honest. They're probably drug-fucked idiots. Anyway, that's all. That's all I've got to say. Unedited video. Yay! Alright, fuck off.